flooding up here in northeastern United States. If you didn't know that, I just wanted to give you a little update. Intense rainstorms that inundated the whole Northeast turned our streets into rivers and forced some evacuations and prompted officials in our capital, the smallest capital in the United States, Montpelier, to close the downtown area. We had to close it because you can't go around there in boats. Make no mistake, the devastation and flooding we're experiencing across Vermont, which is me, is historic and catastrophic, said the governor, Phil Scott. Floodwaters in some areas surpassed levels seen during Tropical Storm Irene. Irene hit the United States as a hurricane in August 2011. Left entire communities submerged, killing more than 40 people. The current flooding has claimed thousands of homes and businesses. In downtown Montpelier, authorities issued a travel ban that lasted through Tuesday, and no fishing in the streets. A boil water notice remains in place for the city after officials warned the extreme flooding could contaminate the drinking water supply. The city and surrounding communities have seen record-breaking flooding in 2 days, Montpelier officials said Tuesday afternoon. That was today. The city's downtown area remains flooded and is not safe for public travel unless you have a boat. The city was hammered by record-setting 5.28 inches of rainfall yesterday. That's more than any other day on record, including when Irene dropped 5.27 inches of rain on August 28, 2011. Irene had about a 12-hour duration of rain, and then it was over. This is different. We've had like 48 hours of steady rain, said the governor, adding more rain is expected in the coming days. As a matter of fact, I believe it's going to be oh no, I'm starting to go underwater more. Vermont remain under a state of emergency, with water in downtown Montpelier running from knee to waist deep. The flooding forced evacuations of more than 100 rescues in the entire state. One of the search and rescue teams has been stuck in a heavily flooded area in North Branch in the Winooski River. I think the whole state of Vermont is the Winooski River now. In many areas, the water conditions remain too dangerous for rescue by boat. There are life-threatening situations that we're trying to identify and rescue people. People were monitoring the Wrightsville Dam in Montpelier as water levels earlier Tuesday inched towards the dam's spillway. They were within 1 foot of the top. It was at maximum capacity, and the Winooski and North Branch rivers continue to remain high, and it poses a serious threat to anyone near the floodwater. If that dam breaks, oh boy. The flood alerts affected more than 2 million people across parts of New England and Oklahoma. Numerous rivers across our state rose amid the downpours, with some swelling higher than levels reached during Hurricane Irene. The Winooski River, as we mentioned, rose nearly 14 feet yesterday, past major flood stage, and the water continued to climb, which is threatening more flooding. 7-day rainfall totals across much of the state were already 300% to 500% of normal levels. Holy moly! Widespread rainfall of 2 to 4 inches fell across the northeastern from eastern Pennsylvania and northern New Jersey into, of course, Vermont and New Hampshire. Our state rep Kelly Pajala said she woke up Monday morning to floodwater already at the front step of her Londonderry apartment. She and her son packed up their 2 cats and evacuated higher ground. For people that were here during Irene, it feels like a very similar experience. She said Hurricane Irene brought destructive flooding to the state, causing major infrastructure damage, and this might do just as bad, if not worse. Floodwater can be seen gushing between homes in Chester, where some structures were visibly damaged and trucks were wheels deep, and some houses were pushed off of their foundation. Don Hancock, dripping in water from head to toe, said he has only lived in his house for less than a year and watched floodwater enter the basement and garage of his new home. I was a firefighter in New York. I've been there many times to help people out, but I've never lived the side out. Once the water goes down, we go day by day. Clean it up, move on. What else can we do? Well, this is Vermont saying, please say a prayer for our state and everybody in the Northeast that we can make it through all of this Friday. And I know there's more rainfall coming. So, thank you for watching. And don't forget to tell your friends and family to subscribe to Minnesota New Oregon. Thanks. Bye.